are in probability questions answered. We're now on the probability distributions part, and we're going to answer this question here. A dice rolled 5 times. What is the probability of getting five twos? Right? So clearly we can see by the nature of the question, these are independent events, and we have two successes, getting a 2 and not getting a 2. So with this in mind, this will be a binomial distribution problem, and the random variable that we're looking here are what we call Bernoulli random variable. Okay, so remember the formula for a binomial distribution. It's going to be the probability of a certain random variable in that certain event in that random variable, or certain value on that random variable occurring is n choose x, or NCR in some books, multiplied by the probability of success raised to x times the probability of failure raised to n minus x. So we need to understand first the given. The dice rolled 5 times. This is your n. Your n is the number of trials, so n is 5. What's the probability of getting 5 twos? So you need to get 5 twos. That's your x, the twos. So you have 5. Your probability of success is getting, remember, your success is getting a 2. So if we're going to roll a die and the probability of getting a 2, how many 2s are there in a die? So it's only 1. So it's going to be 1 over 6. Okay, and of course, if the probability of success is 1 over 6, the probability of failure is 5 over 6. So putting them all in this equation here, what we have is 5 choose 5 times p, which is 1 over 6. Multiply that by 1 over 6. Raised to x, which is 5, times 5 over 6 raised to that's 5 minus 5, that's 0. So let's fix these things up. Practically this part will become 1, right, because it's raised to 0. So this becomes 1. What we're left with is 5 choose 5 equals 1 over, sorry, not equals, times 1 over 6 raised to 5. Now we have some special cases in combinatorics. If we're going to combine numbers wherein the x and the n are the same, or x and the r are the same, I'm gonna give you an example. Say we have I don't have that one here. So if you're going to have the same numbers, as if you're going to think of it, remember the formula for combination is uh, n minus r quantity factorial times r factorial all over n factorial. So um, just by looking at the numerator part, n minus r, this will become, what do you have here? This will become 0 factorial times r factorial all over n factorial. So if you have the same number, and notice your n is equal to r, what you have in the end is n factorial over n factorial, which is simply equal to 1. So remember, if they are the same, we did this because notice, because your n is equal to your r, all right? So we put it here. That becomes 1. So meaning this part here as well becomes 1. You can verify that with your calculator. This becomes 1 as well. So we are left with 1 over 6 raised to 5, and we will need to do this, I think, by hand. Well, practically 1 raised to 5 is 1, but 6 raised to 5 is, we don't know that. So 6 raised to 5, it's 7776. So it's going to be 1 over 7776, and that's our answer for this problem. I think the decimal part doesn't really work that much. 1 divided by 7776. Yeah, don't do that. We'll be okay with this part. Okay, so that's the answer in this problem. I hope you learned it right now, and I'll be seeing you in the next video. Thank you very much.